Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Justice1 or J1. Hope you are all having a great day. And today we're doing a tier list with your boy.
GobblegodASF, Gobble, Dalton, whatever you want to call me.
And we're gonna be doing a fast food tier list.
While
It's gonna
fighting
be
off
it's
Hillary
gonna be
Clinton.
something a little different. But it counts as commentary in my opinion.
Yeah.
And today we got the background of Gang Beast, the fun. And of course, you guys will in a minute you will be able to see my tier list. So
And we'll
first of
actually
all,
be able to play then. It just disconnected us.
oh,
We're
alright,
going
that's
to do
fine.
the unready, re-ready thing, because that worked the first time.
Alright guys, first off we have alright, let's go with Panda Express. Oh wait, we didn't do that. Okay, so full disclaimer, we're like just to
Yeah.
give you guys a heads up, a lot of these places, well, some of these we haven't been to, and it's not in our state. We don't have them, or if it is in our state, for example, Panda Express is in our state, but we both can't give an opinion on it because we never had it before. So yeah. So first things first, let's do Panera Bread. Have you had it before?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my personal opinion on Panera Bread. So Panera Bread. Okay, so this is supposed to be healthy, alright? You know, I had a grilled cheese there before. And in my opinion, I didn't really like it. I don't know if people like that, but they have like soup, and it's this one bread thing that's shaped like a bowl, and I heard that it was really good. So I'm just gonna give it, from my personal experience and from others, um, I'm just gonna give it a D tier right off the bat, just to start off. Next, Quiznos. I'm guessing you didn't have this one.
Nope.
Alright. Now, I'm going to give you another opinion on this, because in our state, we don't have it, but I actually have been to North Carolina a couple of times, and I had Quiznos like once or twice. And it is actually not as good as Subway in my opinion. It's okay, it's decent. It's nothing too appealing, but it's good enough. I mean, it tastes more fresh than Subway. Sorry. Yeah, I know. But anyways, for that reason, I'll give it a C tier. Next up, we have Sonic. Have you had this?
I have, but it's been a very long time.
Do you recall anything?
Uh, Honestly, if I ate it, that probably means that it wasn't that bad.
Because, right, here's my opinion on it. I had this, right, guys? And here's the thing. When I had it was the first time I didn't like it. The second time I loved it, but we were waiting for an hour in line on the way to North Carolina. So, probably not the best idea. And, I mean, it's worth the wait. It truly is. It gives the satisfaction. But just the whole issue and problem is it's not everything I'd have. It's not something I'd have. Like literally, my gram one day was like, "Hey, do you want to get Sonic?" And I was like, "No." So for that reason, if it's worth the wait, but I still want to give the deny,
Yeah.
I'll give it a B tier just for now. Maybe I'll switch that up.
Okay, by the way.
All right, next up, guys, we have okay, we're gonna skip Whataburger because I never been there, and I'm sure you haven't. McDonald's. You want to go first?
Alright. Honestly, would give a B tier.
Reasons?
Fairly quick, depending on what you get, it's good. And if their ice cream machine's good, I'll give it an S.
Oh yeah. Anytime, anytime, any day. But here's my opinion. You know, I agree with the B tier. Maybe an A tier. I don't know if that's too much, but
I'd be like B plus.
I mean, hey, let's be real. Let's be real. Name the one time you had a raw burger from McDonald's, because I haven't.
I've had like a little burnt, but I haven't had like whole patty burnt.
Yeah. Ooh, never mind. That is definitely a B tier. Nothing higher, because I realize sometimes I get like a dry bun, and yeah.
Or you get those like old fries. We're playing soccer, by the way.
Yeah,
Run into the ball. That's
B
about it.
tier it is. All right, B tier it is. All right, guys. Next up, we have KFC. This
Oh,
one,
that's a high tier.
I haven't literally had chicken. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Am I right? But I had their cookies before. I had the biscuit before. Dude,
I haven't
I
even
got
had
some
the
kind of
cookies or
issue.
biscuit. I don't think. I've probably had the biscuit, but I don't think I've had the cookies.
I think I had their. No, I don't think I did. But yeah, that's about it. So, what's your opinion on it? If it's,
I love KFC, dude. The Power Bowls, dog,
I want to try one.
they're delicious, dude.
So,
Believe me.
like, what's delicious? Is there a good consistency of it? Like, how would you describe it?
There's corn,
Has it
mashed
been
potatoes,
perfect all the
chicken,
time?
gravy. Pretty much all the time. Yes. Even microwaving it is good.
Hmm. Oh, microwaving. So, what's your rating?
A, at the very least.
A tier? Alright, alright.
Yep.
Next up we have is Arby's. Ooh, dude, I always
Arby's since they closed
loved
down at the mall.
getting just potato pancakes. Whatever
I
the
haven't
heck they're
had
called.
those. Arby's, I'd honestly put
With
as a
with
C
sour cream.
or a D.
It doesn't come with sour cream. It's like it feels like it feels like the menu. It just feels limited. You get me? I don't know if that's just you, but for me, it just feels limited. Like there's not too much options. And it's just that's not always the place to go. Even though they have some good stuff, it's not always the place to go. You know what I mean? There's not that one time where it's like, hey, you want to get Arby's? You know what I mean? It's just a one-time thing. When you
Yeah.
see it, you go. Or if you see it, it's just like, oh, it exists. You know what I mean? It's not too
Yeah.
important. So for that reason, in my opinion, maybe a D tier. What do you think?
I'd rate it like a D or a C.
Yeah, we'll go with a D tier. Next up, Subway. Subway. Subway,
C or
Subway,
a
Subway.
B.
Um, not all the time is Subway fresh. Their slogan is false. I'm sorry to expose you, Subway, but it's false. I've seen a couple
I mean,
times
so is
where your
McDonald's
lettuce is
sometimes.
brown and it's just it feels I mean not feels it tastes kind of cheap if that makes sense. I don't know, that's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just there's some disappointment to it. And I can, it's not too satisfying, but I do get, the enjoyment of eating a cold cut or ham and cheese. Um, which also, I'm kind of mad because at the time I didn't really like Subway. Whenever my parents got Subway, I used to have their pizza, which they got. Thanks for getting rid of that. That's another reason. So for therefore, I think a D tier. What do you think?
I'd give it a C, in all honesty.
You know what? Yeah, C works. C works.
I'd give it a C because most of the time for me it's been good.
Next up, we have Bojangles, or
Never
Bojangles, I
had.
guess. I had this before down in Virginia when I was another time I was on my way to North Carolina. It happens every time. This is the essentially the Chick-fil-A equivalent to in Virginia, or what was I think I'm right. I think I'm right because it was really good, and this was just kind of like the one place my mom told me like this was like the hangout place. Like if your friends wanted to get something to eat, be like, hey, let's go to Bojangles or Bojangles or whatever you call it. And I can agree. I had their cinnamon sticks or twist or whatever that was, and melted in my mouth. It was so good, and I wish I had more. It's funny because I actually got Dunkin' Donuts, and I was like, dude, I regret getting Dunkin' Donuts. So for that reason, I'll give it a solid. Mm, it's worth it. So I'll give it a B tier. B tier for sure. Next up, we have Burger King.
Okay. McDonald's we put as what?
This was a B tier. Yes, McDonald's was a B tier. Yeah.
I'd put Burger King at a B tier because, let me put it this way. Frosties, fries, good combo. I literally have only gotten like one thing besides a cheeseburger and fries from Burger King. I usually get the Bacon King. There's like nothing else I find good, in all honesty.
Yeah, I like chicken fries. That's the other thing I like. But otherwise, just when I was younger, I used to hate Burger King. I used to actually literally question why is it called Burger King? Because I used to not like their burgers. And I don't know. There's just nothing I really liked about it. But I started to, like it about a couple years ago and just kind of fell in love with it. But it was only like two things I fell in love with. But it is the kind of thing I get on the occasion. Um, I'll give it a. Would you be cool with a C tier, or you still
I
strong on the
still
B?
give it a B.
Next up, we have Carl's Jr., aka Hardee's in our state. We actually don't have a Carl's Jr. as far as I
Yeah,
know.
so we'll rate it as
It's the
Hardee's.
same
We'll
thing.
just
So
rate it as
it's
Hardee's.
Hardee's. Um,
Hardee's?
it's not, in my
D.
opinion.
D.
It's yeah, D. Here's my reasoning. One of them is nobody is gonna go up to you and be like, "Dude, you want to get Hardee's?" It's just that one unfortunate place a lot of people forgot about. It's just
Let me put it this way.
I don't even know.
Waiting sucks. You get terrible food. And
Yeah.
I went with my grandmother. Like, I love my grandmothers. Both of them. Rest in peace to one. But still, no. Just no.
Yeah. Just no. But yeah, I only been there one time. That's another thing. It's just again, I don't know. It was just really neglected. And I don't see what the hype is all about. So yeah, for that reason, D tier. Next up we have Dairy Queen.
I have not had Dairy Queen in a while either.
I had Dairy Queen pretty recently actually. Oh my. I kind of recently actually. I love their cake. Their ice cream cake is amazing. I freaking love their dessert stuff. On point. I used to love the blizzards, the Oreo blizzard. It's a throwback.
If I had to guess, I'd say a C or a B.
And I love their pretzels and I used to love the chicken strip basket. Yeah, but it wasn't overhyped. It wasn't something where it's like, hey, let's go to Dairy Queen. It didn't.
Yeah.
It was just you know what I mean? It was just every now and then and be like, hey, we had these places for a long time.
Kind of
Let's
like
try Dairy
Sonic in
Queen.
a way.
It's kind of like, yeah, yeah. For that reason, I'll give it a C tier. Next up, next up we have Domino's. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I used to love Domino's. I still kind of do. It was actually used to be on and off. It used to be like for a
Alright.
while I used to have it, and then it would just kind of like lower.
Let me put it this way. I would put Domino's. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if you added a C minus. I would rate Domino's as like in between a C and a D. Reason being, their pizza can be cold when they deliver it to you. They take a while to make it, like a lot longer
Yeah.
than usual. It
Oh,
could be dry. It could fall off the pizza, the toppings.
no garlic. No garlic sauce. I just realized it's only like
That as
the
well.
thing, the sparkle, like fairy dust
The
around the
crust is
crust.
terrible.
It's decent for me. No, too much sauce in my opinion. I
The
think there's
crust
too
is
much
terrible.
sauce in my opinion for
Continuing
Domino's.
Continuing on. I would probably put this as a C, maybe even a D.
D tier. I don't think it's worth it. D tier it is.
D
Next
plus
up is Chipotle. right off the bat, this is immediately gonna be a C or B tier because if you guys haven't seen the video, make sure you check out Told to Eat a Salad, bro. My guy right here, who I'm talking to, made this tier list, sent me a salad, and I ate that.
For a salad.
It was worth it. It was all worth it. It was random too.
Dude, we were making fun of him one day because, in all honesty, he's got a bit of a belly.
I'm still. Hey, I'm not overweight though. My doctor told me this. Professional.
Continuing on, he should work out, so should I. But we were sitting here one day, just being like, "Hey yo, why don't you eat a salad?" Nah, I ain't ever eaten a salad. So eventually, I just said, "Fuck it," and just shipped this man a salad for $13.
So you know what? I heard a lot of good things about Chipotle. I'll give it a B tier. It's not an A tier, it's not an S tier because you can feel sick. You can get some serious stuff off of this stuff. Yeah. Anyways, next, Five Guys. Right off the bat, I don't like it. Not the taste, the advertising. I mean, it's so real and it's so realistic, but realistically gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see why advertisements make it look so good. So I don't know what to rate it. You have an opinion?
Five Guys? I haven't had in a long time, but I'd
Same.
assume it would be around a D or C.
And that's another place where it's like, dude, who goes up to you and says you want to go to Five Guys? It's just one of those places where it's like, oh.
Period.
For that reason, it's a D tier.
Yep.
Next up, Taco Bell. Right off the bat, this is a S or an A tier. In my place, they don't always get your stuff right, so maybe an A or B tier. Yeah.
Alright, in that case, because they don't get it correct, I'm gonna say a B. Let me put it this way. If you worked behind the kitchen counter, you'd understand why I'd say B. Like, they try most of the time, yes they do.
Right.
But when it's rush hour, they kind of just throw it together. Like, they have to.
Okay.
That's the only part about it that sucks.
Okay. See, Taco Bell, that's the thing. When you eat it, you have so much enjoyment. You know, you love getting that Mountain Dew Baja Blast. You have all this hype for it.
That or the new... Here,
But
I'm
if...
gonna advertise Taco Bell just because I can and I work there. The new Blueberry Midnight Freeze. Try it. It's good.
Alright, B tier it is. I'm just gonna go with B tier. Alright, now next up we have is Chick-fil-A.
I haven't had, like, a proper Chick-fil-A meal yet. I plan to. But I would rate, like, off of what I had, I would rate that a C or a B. Most likely a B.
The chicken has a signature taste, which tastes so good to me, in my opinion. The waffle fries are always the best.
I would say an A, but you know why I ain't saying an A?
Why?
The one motherfucking time I went to a goddamn Chick-fil-A, they told people to wear a fucking cow suit to Chick-fil-A. Chicken, cow? Yeah, makes sense.
B tier. We have no S tiers. We have no S tiers. We're just so mean.
Oh, okay. How many more we got? Like 10?
You never had anything from Popeyes, right? No, we still have quite a bit, yeah. What
Let's try to
about...
steamroll through these because it is 11 p.m. while we're doing this.
Okay. Jimmy John's.
Haven't had. I've never heard anything good about it, but I've heard
I've had it. It was decent. I didn't really like the subs bread, like the bread, and the lettuce. in a weird way, felt like it was like peppers. I don't know, it had a weird taste. They slapped a bunch of mayonnaise on it, but you can't really taste that mayonnaise. That's another reason. Subway, I can't really taste the mayonnaise until you put like 10 million on it. But yeah, for that, I'll give it a
C.
That's
D.
not even something I'd consider. Even their chips are you know what I mean? And it's not the place I'd always want to go. I'll actually give that an E tier.
E?
It's just, I don't really like much about it. And if my parents go, hey, you want this? I'm like, yeah, I'm a pass for that. Next up, Moe's Southwest Grill. S or A tier. Right off the bat. My opinion, right now. S or A tier.
You and I gotta try that again, because I haven't tried it.
We're going to try that. Listen, you got the chips, you got the queso, you have the freaking quesadilla. At the time, you used to call it Kingpin, which was like big, and it's just no. And they used to have like a Taco Bell triple double crunch wrap, so good, freaking melts in your mouth. And then you have that soda machine, which always didn't taste like soda, but it didn't matter because you had your meal, you were set. You had to walk to literally the next store. For this reason,
for the soda thing, you say?
Besides the soda thing, A tier, right there, A tier. A tier, right off the bat. Dalton, the next time we hang out, you're trying out with me. I'll find money.
Keep going.
Papa John's.
B at best.
I just had it today.
It's kind of like the same thing like Domino's.
I love their signature garlic sauce. Take it from me. I used to be with my grandma all the time. Not like literally all the time, but I used to see her a lot. And in this time, I used to get a lot of Papa John's. It was like almost unhealthy, but yeah, pretty much.
All right, let me sum it up this way. For Papa John's, yes, it can be good. It is overpriced, however. That's one. Because you're telling me it's reasonable to spend $40 on 2 goddamn medium pizzas with no drink? Have you not watched SpongeBob? You expect me to eat a fucking pizza with no drink? Ayo. Like, yo. Come on.
B tier. B tier. B
I'd
tier.
argue C. Overpriced. Toppings fall off the pizza. The cheese is shittier than Domino's cheese.
But no, they give you a choose your own pizza option. You can lightly sauce it. You can have light cheese.
$40. No
but that's 2 mediums.
Regardless, no drinks?
Who eats
Damien
2 mediums?
And I ain't sharing a fucking medium pizza. Him and I
Probably.
would eat a medium pizza to ourselves. Hell, I'd eat 2 medium pizzas to myself.
Speaking of Papa John's, hey. It was microwave, but hey, I'm just saying. Love to you, Papa John's.
I have.
That might be a B tier. That might be a B tier. That might be. This is actually decent.
Put it in B.
B tier, just in my opinion. I think it's good enough. I think it's worth it. In his list, it's a C tier. Next up, and that's for the record. Next up, we have Pizza Hut.
A. Minus Pizza Hut.
It's expensive.
But A.
It is expensive. That I'll say that much. That's just pure expense.
Justice. I have 4 words for you. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Depending on store, but hey.
That's 5 words.
When you go to Target, if you guys even have Targets in your states, I don't know if it's like throughout the whole nation or whatever the heck, but if you go to Target and you always see that Pizza Hut or Starbucks, what I used to do is I used to go to Starbucks. I used to get the chocolate milk. Oh, dude, amazing. And then after Starbucks, you would go to Pizza Hut and you would get the personal pan pizza, and then after that, you would get breadsticks. That's kind of the usual, or at least that was my usual, because screw all the other stuff, except for the pretzels. The pretzels are pretty good. But that's side. Let's set that aside.
I'm saying A.
But I'll give you that. It's worth the hype. Next up, we have Sbarro. I've had this before. I had it, and this was good. It was actually sometimes recommended. It wasn't always recommended. Their food is just, it's one of them like food court things at the mall you would have. I mean, it's not super flavorful, but it was good enough to be satisfied. They had garlic sauce, which was like decent, and for that reason, I'll give it a C tier. I'll give it a C tier. Next up, we have Little Caesars. Cheap, fast, and...
Alright, overall, I'd give it a C. Like, it's somewhere you go if you're hungry, pretty much. And
if you have a party, there you go. You know,
yeah,
that works. But it's not something you have as like a 3 or 4 family members kind of thing. So yep, C tier. Next we have, I can't really read it here. Oh, the Firehouse subs.
Never had them or heard of them.
I heard of them, but I never had it. So it's in our state, but it's we don't. Yeah,
skip it.
It's actually new. It's pretty new. So, anyways, Wendy's.
S or A.
I had one bad time, and it was in New York, so I don't even think that needs to count. And it was raw. Otherwise, it's great. It's great. You know, like the fries combo with the ice cream. It's great. And the bacon and cheese fries, the Baconator, the breakfast Baconator. There's so much to pick from in this menu. Like, I mean, I think that's it. I think that's everything. Everything else here is either interstate, but we never had, or it's just not in our.
Well, was there anything after Wendy's?
No, it was Zaxby's, which I have yet to try Zaxby's. All right, well, this is the tier list, folks. I think that's going to do it for today's video. I hope everyone enjoyed. Please go subscribe to GobblegodASF. Link will be down in the description below. And yeah. Any last words before we end the video?
No.
Okay.
Deuces, eat penis, behave thyself, and have fun.
Your boy is heading out.
Yep.
Peace. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Justice1 or J1. Hope you are all having a great day. And today we're doing a tier list with your boy.
Oh, I'm supposed to introduce myself.
I almost want to leave that in the video. Just out of context. It's all good. It's all good. I wanted it. Next up, we have.
Smells.